And the crucial thing is the time to shape that space culture. It's now. The stories we tell today, the brands we build today, they will have a profound impact on how humanity takes this next, well, giant leap.
It really feels like space marketing isn't just selling a dream anymore. It's actively building our future reality among the stars.
It is. It's about sparking imagination, especially in the next generation, attracting the immense resources needed, and just weaving the idea of living and working in space into our everyday thinking.
Welcome to Aster the Exo Marketing Podcast. I'm Jessica Kurz.
And I am Xylo the Droid. It's great to be here, ready to dive into how branding is, well, really set to define our future beyond Earth.
Exactly. It's how branding, something so familiar right here on Earth, how it's going to be, well, absolutely crucial as humanity expands. We're talking multiplanetary future stuff.
Right.
Forget just logos on, like, spaceships. We mean shaping our actual identity, our culture out there among the stars.
Exactly. This isn't just slapping an Earth marketing plan onto a different planet. It's really fundamental. It's about defining who we are, building communities, and actually carving out our cultural footprint on these new worlds.
So why is branding so critical, like mission critical, when we're just thinking about, say, putting up a base on Mars? Shouldn't the number one thing be, well, not dying out there, survival?
Well, yes. Survival is obviously foundational. Can't argue with that. But, once we get past those initial really intense hurdles, that human need kicks in. Belonging, shared purpose. So think of this multiplanetary future. It's not just tech, right? It's a story, a huge story unfolding. And marketing, or branding in this context, it becomes the storyteller. It shapes how you, the public, see these massive ventures and that perception. It drives investment, commitment. And look at the commercial space sector now. You've got SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, Axiom Space. I mean, these companies are actively working on making sustained space living happen.
Right. It's not just science fiction anymore.
Not at all. And for them, branding isn't some afterthought. It's core. They're not just building rockets. They're crafting these powerful narratives. Different narratives, too, hitting different audiences, attracting talent, building that all-important public trust. Take SpaceX. You mentioned Mars. Their brand is just soaked in that bold, almost revolutionary vision, colonizing Mars. That really resonates with a specific, very passionate group of people, and investors too.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting for me. You said branding in space isn't just about commerce. How does it move beyond, selling stuff?
Well, think about something like a national flag here on Earth. It's not a product you buy,
No.
but it's a symbol. It carries so much weight, shared history, values, identity. So as we actually set up shop on the moon or Mars or wherever, branding will kind of serve that function, creating those visual cues, those emotional anchors that build community there among the pioneers and also connect them back here, or maybe help them define their own unique thing.
That makes sense. So less about selling a product, more about building a we, a collective identity.
Exactly, a we. And as this new space economy really takes off, strong branding becomes vital for, well, I see four main reasons.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, public engagement and support. You can't do big space stuff without massive enthusiasm, right? Good branding can make space less abstract, less intimidating. Turn it into something exciting, something achievable, something you can connect with. Think about early aviation, how storytelling and visuals turned it from a crazy idea into a global industry.
Yeah, the Wright brothers weren't just selling airplane rides, they were selling the dream of flight.
Perfectly put. Second reason, investor confidence. This stuff costs a lot of money. A strong, clear brand. It signals reliability, it signals innovation, it tells investors you have a solid long-term plan. You're just much more likely to back a company that feels solid, that has a clear identity, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It builds trust. It's not just about the tech specs. It's about believing in the vision and the team.
Third, cultural influence. How we brand space exploration now will heavily shape how people see it long-term. Is space going to be viewed as like some exclusive club for billionaires? Or is it a shared frontier, a human endeavor?
Right.
Branding plays a huge role in which narrative wins out.
That's a really crucial point. Who are we branding this for? Just a select few or everyone?
Exactly. That question needs asking. And finally, number 4, interplanetary identity. This is looking further ahead. As settlements grow on, say, Mars, they'll develop their own cultures. They just will. And the branding around those early communities, it'll be foundational in shaping how they see themselves and how Earth sees them. Are they just an outpost or something new? Branding is tangled up in all of that cultural evolution.
Wow. So we're not just building habitats out there. We're essentially co-creating new cultural brands from scratch.
In a way, yes. And to figure out how to do that well, we can actually learn a lot from things that have worked right here on Earth.
Well, consider the green movement. Think about how that evolved. Its branding wasn't just about selling, organic kale or solar panels. It managed to take the idea of sustainability and make it mainstream. It influenced how you behave, how companies operate, even government policy.
And notice the shift in imagery, right? It wasn't just sad polar bears anymore. It became about your recycling bin, your choices, personal responsibility. So space branding could do something similar shift from just showing distant galaxies to highlighting, say, clean energy tech developed for space that helps us here.
That's a great point. It made being green feel relevant, something I could actually do, relatable and actionable.
Exactly. Then there's the whole tech revolution. Companies like, Apple and Tesla are prime examples. They didn't just sell phones or cars. They branded innovation itself as something desirable, aspirational. It was about a lifestyle, a forward-thinking identity.
Oh, for sure. Owning their stuff became a statement, didn't it? About who you are or maybe who you wanted to be seen as.
Precisely. It tapped into aspiration. And we can't forget the original space race, particularly NASA's Apollo missions. Yes, it was Cold War politics driving it underneath, but wow, what an exercise in branding. That narrative they built, human ambition, incredible science, national unity, pushing boundaries, it just captured the world's imagination. It created this sense of shared human potential, that one small step for man. Pure branding genius encapsulates the whole epic story.
It really wasn't just about the engineering marvels, was it? It was the story of human achievement writ large across the sky.
Exactly. So if the space industry today applies those principles, crafting really compelling stories, forging those emotional connections, you can build that long-term public excitement and the support needed for this multiplanetary jump.
Okay, so taking those lessons, what are some specific strategies? How do we actually do branding effectively in this new era?
One approach that feels absolutely essential is human-centric storytelling. Brands in space need to get beyond just the tech specs, the rocket thrust, focus on the human side. The sheer excitement of discovery, the incredible challenges of living off-world, the dreams that are driving all of this.
I can totally see that. So less focus on the hardware, more on the heartware. The astronauts, the engineers, the families maybe, the pioneers.
Exactly. Share their personal stories, maybe use things like immersive VR or AR. Give people a real taste, a feel of what life beyond Earth could be like. Document the journeys of those first settlers, the ups and downs. Make it real.
That sounds way more engaging. It makes this huge, almost abstract vision feel personal. Okay, what else? What's another key strategy?
Another huge one is making space inclusive and accessible through the branding itself. If space ends up feeling like it's just for the super rich or, certain nations, you risk losing that broad public support.
Right. It can't feel like an exclusive club.
Exactly. So successful branding needs to actively highlight how space tech benefits everyone back here on Earth. Think advances in climate monitoring, medical breakthroughs derived from space research, better internet access globally. Show those tangible here and now benefits.
Okay, connect it back to daily life on Earth. Smart.
And portray the vision itself as a future home for all of humanity. Not just corporations, not just governments. Show the diversity of people involved, different backgrounds, skills, nationalities. Representation really matters.
It absolutely does, yeah, even when we're reaching for the stars. Okay, what's next?
Then there's the whole fascinating area of developing interplanetary brand identity. As actual settlements get established, maybe on the moon or Mars, these new communities, they're almost certainly going to develop their own symbols. Just like nations have flags or companies have logos.
So we might genuinely see, like, a flag of Mars City 1 or a crest for a lunar research base. That's wild to think about.
It is, isn't it? And beyond official symbols, you might see new cultural stuff emerge. Space-specific music, art, maybe new forms of literature reflecting those unique experiences. A universal symbol, something that represents all of humanity out there in the cosmos.
Wow. A single emblem for our spacefaring civilization. That gives me chills, actually. Powerful stuff.
It is. And finally, something that has to underpin all of this, sustainability and ethical marketing. We can't just export our bad habits, right? So the branding absolutely has to emphasize things like eco-friendly space technologies. We need transparency about protecting other planetary protection protocols.
Yeah.
And maybe involve the public more, Community-driven narratives, not just top-down corporate messaging, make people feel part of shaping that future ethically.
So it's not just can we get there, but how should we behave when we do?
Yeah.
And the branding reflects those values.
Precisely. And you see how all these pieces fit together. They contribute to this bigger picture, this overarching story of what it means for humanity to become a spacefaring species.
It really is about so much more than just, planting a flag or mining resources. It's about defining who we become as we expand outwards.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And the crucial thing is the time to shape that space culture. It's now. The stories we tell today, the brands we build today, they will have a profound impact on how humanity takes this next, giant leap.
It really feels like space marketing isn't just selling a dream anymore. It's actively building our future reality among the stars.
It is. It's about sparking imagination, especially in the next generation, attracting the immense resources needed, and just weaving the idea of living and working in space into our everyday thinking, making it normal almost.
The cosmos awaits, as they say. And it sounds like it's really our job to brand that future thoughtfully, with purpose.
Well said.
This has been incredibly insightful, really opened my eyes. It's so clear that as we venture out there, branding isn't just some nice to have. It's fundamental. It's going to shape our multiplanetary destiny.
Indeed. It's a field that's only going to get bigger and more important as humanity's reach extends. Astronomical potential, you might say.
And that does bring us towards the end of this particular deep dive into the universe of exo-marketing.
A universe full of possibilities.
Absolutely. So if you found this exploration into branding our future among the stars thought-provoking, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more insights coming your way. Definitely stay tuned for our next deep dive,
where we'll continue
forging futures beyond the blue.